Welcome to another AirgunGurus review, and today we have got an exclusive first time review on a scope. I will bring it a bit closer to the camera for you. I will try and put some better pictures up, and it's called the Prismax scope. Now, I have been testing this for about 4 months in pre-production models. The production model is now out and available, and I've been testing it today on an HFT course. Now, what if I was to tell you that this scope gives you a very clear picture at 45 yards, and also you can see the kill zone very clearly at 8 yards and every distance in between. Now that's very unusual. The other thing as well is, what if I was to tell you there's virtually zero parallax error in this scope? Doesn't matter where your eye position is, you'll still be on target. Now that's very, very unusual, and the reason it's unusual is because this scope is fitted with prisms. It's an optically centred scope, does not have the normal erector tube inside it that moves left and right, up and down with your windage turrets. And how it does get zeroed is that there's a special mount called an EB mount at the bottom. We'll show you again. This is the mount here. And basically what that does is, although the scope's optically centred, you just centre it with the mount. Now, if you've got a normal, most kind of standard air guns, you will need an adapter to fit this to you. It costs about £12 from eBay, so it's very, very cheap. Now, I've had a look through this scope. I normally shoot with my glasses off. I can see the reticle pretty well. It's fairly clear. If you don't shoot with glasses on, basically if you're far-sighted, it's perfectly good. You won't need to adjust the reticle at all. It does have an illuminated IR on it, illuminated reticle. It is red. It is very effective against darker targets. But the very best thing about this is it's super surprising. At 45 yards, there's a very slight amount of blur round about your target, which is very good if you range find. There's no blur at 40 yards and a very, very tiny bit at 45, so you can tell the difference between a 45 yard target and a 40. The other thing is as well, which was a massive big surprise to me, at 8 yards the kill zone was perfectly clear. There was a tiny kind of waver round about the kill zone, and at 10 yards there wasn't. So again, you can tell the difference between an 8 yard and a 10 yard target just with a slightly wavering line round about the kill zone. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, I have had this out in an HFT course. I've deliberately put the gun down on top of the scope. I've moved it about, gave it a couple of bangs, and it's kept it zero absolutely bang on. Now, the best thing about this scope, apart from the fact it's pretty much a miraculous scope for HFT shooters, being able to see your 45, 30 and your 8 yard target is all clear. It's an absolute boon for shooters. You still can range find by using a very, very, very slight bit of blur on it. You can tell the difference between 8 and 10 yards and 40 and 45, and that's an advantage if you use that method to range find. Very best thing about this scope though is this EB block, which has got quarter MOA adjustments on it. It's suitable for rimfires, just about any gun at all. It normally retails about £100. Now, these scopes, the Prismax scope, is on offer just now. I will put a link at the bottom of the video, and the whole thing, including the EB block, is only £225. It is absolutely incredible. If anybody ever wants to have a look at mine and you're round about or near where I live, or anywhere near Cloybank, please come up and have a look at it. It probably will turn into your HFT scope of choice. There is another version of this which has got a rangefinder on it. It's a bigger, taller scope. It's also very, very accurate. The rangefinder is good to within about 1 metre out at 75 yards. Another thing about the rangefinder is the very special software in it, which goes onto your mobile phone. It will actually show you on your phone where you need to aim. There is a crosshair on the app, and basically there'll be a dot on it where you've got to aim at different distances. It's very, very clever. Obviously you do have to put the power of your air gun in and a couple of calculations, scope height and stuff like that. The other thing about it as well is the app will actually speak to you. So if you put your headphones in, rangefinder target, it will say hold 1 mil dot up or hold 0.5 mil dot up, and it will speak to you in your ear. I don't think I would ever really use that, to be honest with you. If you don't know your holdovers at certain distances, you probably shouldn't be out shooting quarry anyway. But there we go. I will try and put some extra pictures up on this. One thing I will say about it is it's the eye cup on it is designed for right-handed shooters. It's very, very soft. You can still use it left-handed, but probably an idea to turn it round a bit if you're a left-handed shooter. It is a low eye relief scope. That's one of the reasons why there's very, very little, or I would say there's almost zero parallax error in it. I had put this on a bench. I had put the crosshairs on at 45 yards. I moved my eye about up and down, left and right, and the crosshair stayed bang on target, didn't even move. That's a huge thing for HFT shooters if you're in odd positions. It is also suitable for less powerful powder burning guns, but you do need to watch because of the low eye relief. I will be putting some more pictures of this on as well. Hopefully I can put them into the video as well. But as now, I think this is probably going to be my HFT scope for next year. So again, thanks very much for listening. Thank you very much to Drew and Vicky Irvin for giving me this scope over the past 6 months in all its different forms to test. It is out now, it's beautifully boxed, it looks fantastic, and again, just now it's only £225. If you can get a hold of one of these to try, make sure you like it. You will buy it, because I would reckon this time next year they're going to be very, very popular, and hopefully the price will stay the same. So thanks very much for looking in at this AirgunGurus video, and we do have something very special coming for the next one as well. Thanks again.